I am not superstitious, but I believe the mind has powers none of us suspects. I decided at last, experienced a waking dream that corresponded only by chance to the description of a man 6 months in his grave. As a result, I was alarmed not by the apparition, but by my own susceptibility. As the days passed, however, I put it in the back of my mind, not mentioning it to the children, not wanting to alarm them. That perhaps was an error.
What was the last question, my dear?
The last... Oh, let me see. I seem to have lost the page.
You are wool gathering today.
Certainly not. Here we are. The last question was, establish the relationship between Queen Anne and Sophia, the Electress of Hanover.
It must be awfully dull for you buried in the country like this, giving me lessons.
You've no idea how I enjoy it.
You're very sweet. I've always said so.
Miles really always said so. I've only been here 2 weeks. And to whom have you said so?
To Mrs. Gross, to Flora. She dotes on you. She's a clever little girl, don't you think?
You're both very quick.
That's right. You mustn't flatter us. It will turn our heads, and we won't be fit for the serious game of life, as Mr. Cornelius would say.
Mr. Cornelius?
My housemaster at school.
Do you like him? Do you like the school?
I suppose the school's go. It's perfectly all right. I wouldn't know. After all, it's my first one.
But are you happy there?
Happy?
Yes, do you like it?
I suppose I do in a way.
Do you look forward to going back there this winter?
What are you trying to say?
I simply wanted to know, that's all.
Have you heard things?
Should I have?
I really can't say. But I do like the school, though it's not Bly. No other place in the world is like Bly.
You've been to so many places.
Perhaps not. But I love this house, and the woods, and the lake.
Miles, what sort of life did you and Flora lead here before I came?
The same as now. Mrs. Brooks looks after us the way she's always done, and our uncle is largely invisible the way he's always been.
Did you like your last governess, Miss Jessel?
She was not half so clever as you.
Now you mean to turn my head. She died quite suddenly, didn't she?
I believe so. She was never strong.
She died right after Peter Quint was killed, didn't she?
Mrs. Gross chatters such a lot, doesn't she?
I have noticed. 2 tragedies all in 1 year deserve some comment, some explanation.
Explanation? Are tragedies meant to be explained?
Or perhaps not. Peter Quint was the valet here, wasn't he?
I seem to be getting another headache. It must be the Electress of Hanover. Every time I think of her, I feel quite weary.
Miss Gross tells me Peter Quint was killed in an accident.
I think I shall get a breath of air.
It must have been a great shock to everyone.
Why, look. The sun is nearly out this afternoon. I don't want to miss it. I'll be back for tea.
I was more than ever puzzled. Miles had become a different person when I spoke of Peter Quint. He was evasive, uneasy. For the first time, it occurred to me that he, too, might be aware of that ghastly presence I had seen upon the balcony. But if he had seen, too, why did he not tell me? Why the strange refusal to discuss Peter Quint? The next day I learned the answer. The dreadful answer to my question. It was that next afternoon. Flora was playing at the lakeside while I gathered reeds to make baskets of. As I started to rejoin her by the lake, I realized suddenly that Flora was... I looked too, and saw a woman in black who beckoned to Flora as though she knew her. I was about to ask Flora who the woman was, when I saw her look at me so slyly, so challengingly, that I could not speak. Instead, we went back to the house in absolute silence. No sound on that chill day, but the beating of my own heart in my ears. But I knew already the woman we had seen was Miss Jessel.
I don't know what to think, Miss. I can't believe it.
And the worst of it is that she knows. Flora knew Miss Jessel was there, and yet she wouldn't speak. It was as though they had some sort of secret. Something I wasn't to know. And oh, Mrs. Gross, that woman's face. Her face.
What are we to do, Miss? What can we do?
Well, I don't know what to do, but I do know that those children are aware of them every moment of the day and night.
We must write to the master and tell him everything.
Oh, what are we to write him? Besides, he's not in London now. A letter wouldn't reach him for a month. He's far away now in Africa. No, Mrs. Gross, we must fight them ourselves. Here, in this house.
Miss, I'm frightened.
See, they want something. She wanted something this afternoon. I could tell it. I could feel it. The air was just filled with hunger, like a storm.
What do they want, Miss? What can they want?
The children, Mrs. Gross. That's what they want. That's what they've come back for.
And what are you two up to? You look rather peaked, my dear. Are you catching cold?